Hello, YouTube and EUG crew. Hello, everybody. Hello, world. How's everybody doing today? I'm so glad to finally get on today. I'm get a little late getting on for today because I try to do at least one video a day so we can get to know each other better. We can establish that bond that we're gonna have doing this channel because I am here for you. I have a lot of knowledge and love that I am willing to give away. So if there's any questions, comments, you want to send me a message, whatever you want to do, just let me know. If you want me to do particular content on different subjects, it don't matter what the subject is. I do research. I try to find answers. I'm here for you. I am an alive person that can actually help you. I know the internet gives you everything, but sometimes not like that human, one-on-one human being that can express what we can do together. As the title shows, we're going to be talking about how I feel about my children and parenting. I'm already smiling because I am so proud of my children. I have a 20-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old son, and I love them very much. And you know, for so long, I waited to my late 20s before I started having children, and I was in my wild period, in my early year wild period when I became pregnant with my daughter, and because of that, my parents had to help raise her because I wasn't ready to be focused on. I really didn't know what to do because see, all my life I was spoiled and folk did stuff for me, and then I arrested my development when I started experimenting different things, and so I'm used to everybody was doing everything for me. So the thing about it, I had my baby when I was 7 months pregnant. And when she was born, she weighed 3 pounds and 1 ounce. And keep in mind, I didn't want no baby. I was like, you know, and I used to feel guilty about having her so early and my parents having to take care of her. But then when I thought about it one day, I said, God didn't have to do that for me. He knew I wouldn't stand by having no baby one way or the other. And there's plenty of people out there that want babies, but he chose me to have a baby. And see, I always knew that I was a special child of God because, I often tell people I made a whole human being in 7 months. Some people build a house, some people can build a car or whatever. I made a whole human being in 7 months. And the only reason why I was able to do that is because of God's love. And so that's why I didn't have to beat up on myself anymore, you know. And I am grateful for my parents' help with her. Hi, Lundy. Thanks for coming in. And I'm just so proud of her. She is a financially stable, well rounded individual. She's dating and I don't too much have to worry about her because she's kind of like a strict young person. She mean business. She thank you. She I'm just proud of her, put it that way. And like I've expressed in some of my other videos that my mama passed in 2019. So, we still got my daddy. And so they did a lot of the work. Yes, they did. Now keep in mind, I wasn't just that absent parent. I was around. But I was that spoiled child who mama was my mama, God bless her dead, she was the leader of the family. The thank you. She thank you. Um she was I'm just gonna be honest, brutally honest. She was a controlling person. And I didn't realize that's what it was until after I got grown because, a lot of what she believed in and what her ways were, of course you listen to your mama, but some of that stuff was just, all that want to be high class folk, you know, folk that live off credit and all that kind of stuff. I ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? If I want to buy something, I'm gonna save my money. I ain't finna get no credit cards. I'm not finna be get no loans. I don't like paying folk like that. I don't like owing folk like that. So I decided in my mind that whatever I want, I'm gonna try to pay cash for it. I know when it comes to purchasing a home, it's different routes you may have to do. But other than that, I'm trying to stay out of the credit realm. Get credit score, credit. Ain't nobody studying that. No. If I see something that I want that costs $2,000, if I got to save $100 a week till I get it, that's just what I have to do. I don't want to use no charge card. I don't want no rent a center situations and all that kind of stuff because I don't like. See, these days I'm trying to do what I have to do to keep my mind calm. I don't want to be stressed out by nothing. But yeah. So, and I also have a 16-year-old son, my boy. I just love my boy. I love him so much. I mean, this is the child that when I was pregnant with him, I was doing good. I was, being that responsible, productive member of society, if you know what I mean. And I carried him full term, and he weighed almost 9 pounds, and I'm just so proud of him. He's graduated from 10th grade, going to the 11th. He's in the 11th now, technically. And college is already asking about him. The last couple of weeks of school, they were calling him out of class because these different coaches was coming, talking to the coach, and they wanted to talk to him. So they would Cedric report to the office. His name is Cedric. My daughter's name is Annalise, like kind of like my name, Elise. And they were like, Cedric, come to the office and this, that. These coaches and things are already emailing me and stuff. And my son, he's a student. You know, Beta Club. This year he decided to play basketball because he's actually a good basketball player too. But football is his thing. He's a linebacker, and he's not one of those big, huge children. He is just very, very, very strong. He's 6'2" and he's like 208. He's not no fat, like some of them linebackers look like refrigerators and stuff. But see, he has the strength of those big guys, but he just got a toned up body, and I'm glad of that because you know, I don't have to worry about him and the overweight thing. And I've dealt with that all my life. How overweight, and so I'm glad that both of my children don't have to go through that because that could be a hassle right there, right? Well, that's a whole nother video about talking about my diabetes and what I got to do and all that. But my son, he works. He got his license, and he has his own truck, and he does really, really well. I don't have to worry about him hanging all out everywhere. He comes in at a decent time. He's at work right now. I don't have to worry about him doing some of the things that I did at his age. And I'm thinking because, and I've expressed before, because I put my parents through so much. I think he don't want to go that route. A lot of times sometimes, let me say sometimes, um, children do the opposite of what you did. What I remember expressing this one time around these particular people, and then one lady was like, "I said I was gonna never be like my parents, and then I end up being like my parents." That's you. That's you. You're a whole nother person, a whole nother race, a whole nother demographic. That don't go for me and mine. And that's one of the reasons why I tell my children embrace your own individuality, because what you're made of and what you think matters. I'm that parent that'll tell you, just because I'm your mama and older and wiser, that don't mean I know everything. My word ain't the law all the time. I want to hear what you got to say. And it's a way to do that and be a well-rounded parent. I often tell people, because they be like, "Oh, you ain't never whoop your children. Why? How you ain't never whoop your children?" The reason why is because we so cool. We cool. I'm talking about we be like this. Even when my baby was little, and in the little carriage they be in, he would be leaned to the side. He cool. We're cool people. My daughter, she's cool. I'm cool. I'm talking about like the real deal cool. I ain't talking about just saying it just to be saying. I'm just saying that we got it like that. We cool like that. Now that don't mean things and different situations don't pop up. But see, one thing about it, I communicate with my children. I don't tell them a child need to be seen, their hair, whatever that saying is. No, I got a whole nother parenting style. And I can remember them being little and people like, you don't whoop them or nothing like that. Cause what am I whoop them for? We chilling. We eating our hamburger. We eating our lollipops and our candy, and we ride not. And like I say, when things do come up, we talk about it. If it's a grade that I might not agree with, we talk about it. If it's a decision made, we talk about it, and I let them know that if I say anything that's trying to persuade you to be or do a certain thing, it's because I'm taking up for you. I don't want nobody taking advantage of you. So it's all in my delivery. I come to them like, okay, let's solve this problem. Let's be problem solvers. Let's be solution seekers. You know, that's how I am with my children. And like I say, things come up, and thank you so much. I just sure appreciate you. All right, London, you gonna have me thinking I'm Queen Elise for real. Like, look, thank you. But I just and then you know I ain't, don't get me wrong. My mom and daddy, they've been married all my life, all that kind of stuff, and I appreciate what they did for me. But me and my sister, I got a younger sister. We grew up sheltered. You know, my parents, in particular, my mama, wanted to hide the bad things in the world from us. And I learned that they did the best they could for what they knew. Cause see, my daddy, he just followed everything mama wanted. So he ain't had no choice but to do what she say, you know. And and yes, I do believe in God. That is the main reason why I'm living and breathing now, and that's why I don't knock people religions, because see, God's so big that He give us all something to work with. He knows some of us like to hum. He knows some of us like to do the sanctified dance. He know some of us like to be the usher. He give us all something to work with. That's why I'll be like, oh, I ain't gonna visit your church because I don't believe what you don't never know where God show up at. You know. And a lot of times, if you go to somebody else's church, it's just all about supporting the individual. And like I say, you never know what God got for you. Yeah, even my friends that are atheists, I let them know. Look, I know you don't believe in God or whatever, but if you need anything, you let me know and I'll ask Him for you. I don't be like, oh, you can't be my friend. I've expressed that in my videos before. And everything that I'm saying, I let my children know this. You know, when they were little, I took them to the museum. Yeah, they know about the streets too, but I took them to banquets. We went out of town. We would go lay in the floor at the library sometime, just lay in the floor. Different things that I would add in their life to balance them out so that they can have knowledge of a lot of things going on in the world. I don't want my children or really anybody around me feel like they're stagnated. You know, um, I'm just so grateful to have. In 2017, I went through a rough period in my life. Um, like I expressed before, I had 12 years clean, and then I went on a relapse. Thank God I had my parents to help me, and I knew what to do to get back straightened out. But see, sometimes you just got to make up in your mind, and thank God that I'm almost 2 years clean and on my way to more victory. But that's because I learned about the disease of addiction. I learned about how, they be like, don't drink no beer, don't do nothing, don't pick up nothing. And then at first I was like, a beer ain't gonna hurt it. But you know what? I realized that it's not the beer, it's how it alters your mind. And once a person like me, mine is altered, I might go on to something else. You know. But I ain't gonna, you know what? I ain't gonna sit here and tell you no lie. Oh, and an atheist is a person who they don't believe in God. Agnostics don't believe in no higher power. That they're pretty much similar, but most atheists don't believe that believe in God. And it's a more technical meaning to that, but they're not like us believers of God or whatever. But like I said, I'm not that type of person that'll be like, oh, I ain't gonna hang with that person because I don't seen church members shun a person away just because of their belief or their disbelief. So you don't know what that person, how they grew up, what they went through. I know it's a lot of people they be mad at God for some of the stuff they went through, but God still be right there for them, giving them each a person, a tool, anybody. He works in mysterious ways. And see, I want to be open to helping serve the best I can. A lot of people think it's how many times you go to church. Did you go to church? Did you go to Bible study? All that is good. But I tell people I go to church to let God know I appreciate Him. Other than that, when I walk out my door, inside and out, that's where my church at. You know, and I'm one of the coolest Christians you can find. Non-judgmental. Okay, non-judgmental. And a lot of times that's what we need: empathy. We need compassion and love. But back to parenting, I want it took me a while to believe that I was a good parent because I was going by other people's meaning of parenthood. But I realized that you can have your own individual assessment. That's what I call it, individual assessment. And every case and every situation is different. I'm so glad my children are one grown and one of age because these days I don't. You have to be careful who you have around your children. You know, especially in the dating scene and different things like that. At least I know my children could tell if something wrong. This point in my life, I'm focused on trying to get my son off to college. That's what I'm focused on. I'm 48 years old. Okay. Well, you know what? Georgia kind of slow, but Atlanta's good. Atlanta's good. Savannah, good. But Georgia is a little slow. That's all I got to say. It's a little slow. But we got some good food down here too. That's all I got to say about that. Atlanta is really a good city if you want to prosper or have a lot of opportunity and things like that. But yeah, so I'm proud to be a parent. I do have two different fathers. They is I have two different fathers for my children. But I want to say that to say this that even although I'm not married and My children have two different fathers. This is our family. We're going to make the best of our family. Our family won't going to help other families. That's what we do. Our three little bitty selves, we're going to help other people. I'm letting that single mother know that you can be as self-confident as ever. Yeah, and for me that I went through them streets and stuff, and I can still say that about me, you can say it about you. But see, God don't gave me the strength and the love to let me know that nobody is inferior or superior to me. You know that ego, that ego go to the back of the go back to the line now. That once inflated ego go to the back of the line now. I'm humble now. I grew up humble somewhat, but I was humble for the people pleasing reasons. And then when I got grown, and that's what I tell my children: don't people please. People please. I used to think that was a good thing. People pleasing. That's not a good thing, because when you're people pleasing, technically you're still manipulating a situation so it can come out to be in your favor. You want the person to like you. You want the person to accept you. You want the person to call on you. You're doing all that because that's what you want. And that's when I learned that people pleasing is just not such a good thing. But I enjoy being a parent. And then the thing about it, my children look just like me. I'm gonna probably put some pictures up and stuff up during the course of time, like that we spend together online. But they're exact replicas. Even the boy, exact replicas of me. That's amazing. Even when my daughter was born, when I had her at 7 months, um, she weighed 3 pounds and 1 ounce. She had to be in the NICU for 4 weeks. But all she had, nothing was wrong with her. All she needed to do is to gain that 4 pounds. Then they could send her home. But even that little, she could fit in my little hand. Even that little, she still looked exactly like me. Exact replicas. Y'all gonna see them eventually. Y'all gonna see them. They're little busybodies. Like I said, my son is at work. My daughter just got out one job. She'll be going to another one at 11. So she went to go see her boyfriend, and she gonna go on to work from there, and that's okay. That's okay, cause see, my daughter, me and her got it like she's 20 now, finna be 21 in July. But guess what? My daughter called me 2 o'clock in the morning from her boyfriend house. Sometime she done been at a party and called me from the party because I told her I just be want to know where y'all at, just in case I have to come. I don't want my children scared to call me because, oh, mama gonna say sorry if I'm at this party. Or mama gonna say, we ain't even got time for that. Because a lot of times that's what children get the lying and hiding, and then the manipulating and the lying come in. And if you're prone to addiction and things like that, I used to use, in order to mask feelings of things that I don't been through, masking feelings. you know, didn't want to be who I was. And everybody was like, "Oh, you good with your mom and dad?" Look, addiction don't discriminate, because I thought I was inferior to these people. I grew up in a family where they they um the women with the big hats on at the church, telling other folk what they need to do. You know, and I didn't realize that they have lives behind the scenes. See, some of them marriages. Well, I ain't trying to knock nobody, but I was putting myself up under too much pressure. Even when I went back to college and got them degrees and stuff, I did it for other folk. Because a lot of the stuff that I learned in college and in grad school, I already knew this stuff. I just learned the technical name for it. Like when I was telling people the cure for mental health is called strengths perspective. finding out what a person good at and bragging and boasting on it and bragging and boasting on it and helping it and encouraging it. And then next thing you know, they feel real, real good about themselves and they might not go kill themselves. That's the to me that's the cure for mental health. And what you see in the news and stuff these days, we need to encourage one another more. Stop being jealous and hateful. Ain't nothing wrong with don't ain't nothing wrong with being that person that don't play, but it's a line to draw, you know. And that's why I even stopped using some of the things that may have happened to me in the past. This triggered me, that triggered me. I done made up in my mind. Ain't nothing triggering me. I be joking when I say this, but I'm like, if I knock somebody upside the head out the blue, it's only because I wanted to. It ain't no pain, nothing that triggered it. Ain't no excuse. I don't even blame the devil for nothing. I be like, I don't did way worse to myself than the devil ever could. Way worse. You know. And so I don't even blame him no more because I don't use no excuse to for me to do some bad behavior. I'm not gonna do that no more. Oh, she made me do it. Oh, they treated me bad. Oh, I didn't get that job. Oh, I was fired. Just different little things. I'm not. Anything that I do is because I want to. And so that's why a lot of people do that see me now and how I live my life, especially my children. They know me. They know I don't do nothing but what I want to do. And because of all these philosophies and beliefs that I have, I'm able to be that accountable parent. I'm able to be that parent that can communicate. I'm able to be that parent that can take up for my children. I'm that type of person. If something go wrong, especially if it's injustice, I know where the local news buildings are. I won't go up in there with no roses in my head talking all crazy, but I will be that person who is knowledgeable of the subject that I'm finna talk about before I even get in front of the camera. Especially when it comes to my children, they know I will take up for them. I'm almost like a civil rights type of person on the inside too, you know. So I am a proud parent of two wonderful children. I love them very much. And I want to be accountable for them even after they're old and grown. I want them to know that they can count on their mother to be there for them. Even after I'm gone, the knowledge that I've given them, they can still use. And that's what I tell them, don't be afraid of death. Death is a part of life. You don't know who's gonna go before or after you. But just know that when I do die, my last breath, hello, my last breath, I'm not gonna be doing nobody wrong. I'm not gonna be being ugly and low down to somebody. And that's how I will lead the earth in that manner. So I hope I gave somebody some insight on my take on the parenting style that I use. I know it's non-traditional, but so far so good. They're well-rounded individuals, and we're ready to tackle any obstacle head on. And we're not ashamed either. Don't tell such and such that I did, all that kind of stuff. That's a lot of another thing that some of my family members do. They hide what they children do, but then they want to know everything my children do. All that kind of stuff. We up front with ours. Ain't nobody, if anybody pick or whatever at an obstacle, that's on them. But if you like what you heard in this parenting video, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you can know when I'm posting. I try to post at least one video a day. We're going to get up our followers, let people know about this channel. We need some more followers. We're going to do this together. We're going to be there for one another. And as long as I got this channel, there ain't nobody I know going to be alone. We can get on this platform and we can figure some stuff out. You can come to me, and I'm hoping that I can come to you too. So just know you're not alone. As long as my channel up, you're not alone. We're here for one another, you know. And you have a great day, and I hope to see y'all the next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.